Hi there guys, hope you're all well and welcome back to another video. This is just another weekly outlook breaking down the dollar, the JPY basket, gold, oil, USDCAD and Bitcoin. We'll go through it pretty quickly, I don't want to waste your time. If there is any questions regarding any of the charts at all, please drop them below. Also, we do have a free group on Telegram now where we do send trade ideas, education and updates. So if you are interested in that, like I say, it's free. So if you click the link in the bio, you'll be able to join. So if we're looking at the economic calendar this week, obviously we are pretty much, London Open has just happened now in the UK. Today at 3:15 we have a Bank of England speech. So by the time this video goes up, this will have already happened. We've got another speech tomorrow. Wednesday morning, however, looks to be, well, Wednesday in general looks to be quite a busy day. We've got the New Zealand dollar interest rate. There's a consensus for a 0.5% hike. There's also the CPI for America, so that's obviously going to be big. You've got the month-on-month looks to be going down, the year-on-year looks to be going up, and then you've obviously got the Canadian interest rate decision, which the consensus is a 0.75 hike. So this is pretty much interest rate decisions. It looks like there's going to be 2 hikes, which will usually be bullish, but it just depends on the tone of the statement after, planning on what the next one is going to be. Thursday morning, you've then got unemployment rate and employment change. Obviously, overnight, just be careful with Australian dollar for any spikes. And then Friday, there's not much but retail sales at 1:30. Me personally, I usually get off the charts by 1-2 p.m. on a Friday anyway, so that won't really matter to me. However, it does look to be a beat from the last. So the last was minus 0.3%, and the consensus for this time is 0.8. So let's get onto some charts. We'll break down the dollar first. So last week, we did predict this move here, basically saying when the dollar reaches this area, we are expecting a pullback. This did help a couple of positions we were in, so obviously that was good. So now the next area for me that I'd be interested in is seeing a move from the 105.7 region. You've got the 105.5 round number, you've got a 50 fib, and you've also got like a key area within the market with these touches here. So it's almost like a break and retest of these highs for the dollar with the 50 fib and a round number. So this is what I would be looking at. Obviously, if price and the dollar does break this fib, then obviously you will need to extend it like so. But for now, just based off the technical analysis, this is the moves for the dollar. So just to show, we did predict this last week. So regarding this, obviously, get it drawn on your chart, draw a fib from the most recent swing, and then look at this previous high here. So that's the dollar, pretty much done. Looking at the JPY basket, obviously last week we did predict this move also. So we predicted the 7,950 yen to get weak. If you can obviously see what's happening today, we are seeing a bit of a stronger yen. But over the past couple of days, obviously we did see a pullback, and we did see some strength on pairs like GJ, EJ, etc. So the next thing for me is probably waiting to see the JPY basket come up to the 8,050 region. When price reaches here, I would expect some form of pullback. You can see obviously we've got a 61 fib, we've got this EMA coming in, we have a key level with touches over here, and obviously we do then have the 8-50 round number. So for that reason, I'm pretty confident that this should play out and you should see some yen weakness. If the yen weakness does actually happen, then I would expect to see pairs like pound yen, euro yen, etc. all have a pullback and go bullish. But obviously, just wait. In terms of actual strength, there's not really much. You can see price is currently trading in this almost like channel here. You could say like something like that and then wait for a break of either side, but just in terms of really strong confluence areas, I'd probably wait for this 61 fib on the yen basket. Going into gold last week, it was slow in terms of trades, but if you was holding a short, then you were in a really good position. Realistically now with gold, there's not much. We're just going to have to wait to see what happens and let it play out. But if price can come up to this 1808 region, then you've got 61 fib, you've got the EMAs coming in, and obviously by the time price pulls back, potentially, this is where price is going to be. So for gold, this is pretty much where I'm at. I don't really like the 38 and the 50. There's not much confluence there for me. Obviously, you've got an area here within the market where price could break and retest and react, because there's two nice big wicks there. If you do as well pull this zone left, you can see you've got multiple taps of this area. So the 1884 region looks like a really good trade. However, it's not filled with confluence, which for me, I do want to see an area filled with confluence. And if it is, then I can take a trade. So going on to oil last week was actually really good. If you are in the free group, once again, the link is in the bio, but if you are in the free group, you'd have caught this trade, and you'd also would have caught this trade last week, at the end of last week. So you can see price wicked into this area and did, I think it were a $3 move. You saw price wick into this area and do pretty much a $10 move. And you saw price come into this area following the last week's weekly outlook, and that also did about, I think we're at a 15 pip move. So oil last week was predicted pretty well. Next step for oil, in my opinion, is going to be here for shorts. I've not got any areas for long in this week's weekly outlook. However, if something does develop over the week and I'm happy with a buy, it will probably be sent into the free group and or the actual paid analysis group. What we're going to try to do is still send trades into the free group, but we're just going to make sure that obviously the paid members are getting a lot more value and a lot more trades. So the free group will usually just be the trades which are outlined in this weekly outlook video, but obviously it's just a reminder for you that the trades are close when that happens. So yeah, the region I'm looking at is 108. We've got 108, we've got a key level, and we've also got the EMA. So if price can push up into this area, then I will be expecting oil to push down and go bearish. So overall, 3 out of 3 for oil last week. Hopefully this week we can get another win at the 108 region. USDCAD, let's have a look. So in terms of last week, we had nothing really. You can see price has just been ranging, so it's pretty much just about trying to trade the range. We've got this area here at 128, you've got a 50 fib, you've got an EMA, you've got the round number of 128. At this 61 fib of this push up, you've got a 61 fib, you've got a key level, and you've also got an EMA as well. So both these areas here are 3 confluence setups. As well, you do actually have an EMA coming into this region here. So this actually, in all fairness, would probably make for a trade. So let me just change the colour. So here, so you've got 128.67. In this area, you've got a 38 fib, you've got EMA, and you've also got the round number. So pretty much every fib level, as of right now, has an EMA. These trades are only valid if the EMA is within the box or where it is now. If you see that the EMA does actually pass through and goes somewhere like there, this trade is then invalid because it doesn't have the confluences that we initially wanted. So this here is USDCAD, 38 fib, 50 fib, 61 fib with an additional 2 confluences. So that's pretty easy stuff. Finally, going on to Bitcoin, once again last week not much happened. So going into this week now, I'm looking at this area here. We've got a break and retest of this area. We've got a 50 Fibonacci and also the 25,000 round number in this area. So for that reason, I'm confident that price may react here. Obviously, if something happens fundamentally, then this can change very quick, but this is just based off technical analysis. Not much really going on. In terms of funder, you can see it's just kind of been ranging now for the past couple of weeks, but again it did the same here and then made a big move. So it could make a big move to the upside, could make a big move to the downside, or it could just continue ranging we're not going to know until it actually happens. So that is pretty much everything broken down, guys. If there is any questions, like I said at the start of the video, please drop them in the comments. We're more than happy to help. But yes, guys, the links to the free and paid group will be in the bio if you are interested in that. Thank you very much for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one.